Good day everyone, welcome back to our new learning session today. So after knowing the different steps in using the common tools, equipment and paraphernalia used in caregiving, let us now keep in mind the safekeeping practices for each caregiving tools, equipment and paraphernalia. Are you ready? Come on! So let us start with the care and maintenance of the caregiving tools. First, cleaning of the tools must be a habit every after use. So make sure that the tools are free of dirt before returning them to its safety box or place. Wipe them with a clean cloth, dry them, and store them in their original holder. And let us look for defects and let us fix them right away. And we have to conduct a regular inspection or check-up of tools to keep them usable and free of damages. When we say regular, it has a schedule. Let's make it a habit or a routine to check up our tools. So for the knives, let us sharpen them before and after each use to reduce the force exerted upon using. Because as they say, dull tools are more dangerous than the sharp ones. For our metal tools, you can wipe them with a clean, dry cloth. Lubricate as needed. Then, let us not soak them in water to prevent rusting. Let us proceed with the plastic tools. You can wash and rinse them thoroughly. Make them free of oils and grease, and then store them in an area away from direct heat. So these plastic tools are very low resistance and heat, unlike the metal ones. If we have small paraphernalia like bedpan, bathtub, basin, and those that comes direct contact with the patients, like the thermometer, the sphygmomanometer, the stethoscope, we should sanitize them as often as possible to avoid the risk of recontamination. And at home, we have the breakable and glass items. We need to wash them ahead after using to seize them from shattering. And remember to sanitize them with hot water for safety. So those are the care and maintenance of our caregiving tools. You should remember that. Let us proceed with the care and maintenance of the equipment for meal preparation, starting with the blender. So remember first the parts of the blender. We have the secondary lid, the handle, the pitcher, the jar, the base or the motor, and the setting. For number 1, you have to remember that it uses electricity, so we need to unplug the blender after use. You can wash the glass jars and lid of the blender with warm soapy water and dry thoroughly. So if our blender has a foul odor or it has a bad odor, we have to mix a 1 cup of hot water and a teaspoon of dishwashing liquid. You may add a tablespoon of baking soda to remove the odor, stains, and hardened particles. Then, this mixture should be put on the jar. And we plug in the blender again, then turn it on. You can run the blender for about 20 seconds in a high-speed mode. So if you found out that there are still odor and stains and other particles in the blender, you can repeat the process as needed. Then rinse it well with hot water and dry with a towel. So in cleaning the blender, after washing the removable parts with water, air drying is highly advised to prevent recontamination. So if we have removable blade, you can remove it and you can wash it and rinse with hot water. In cleaning the base of the blender, you can wipe them with a cloth using a mixture of 1/2 tablespoon of vinegar and 1/2 cup of hot water placed in a spray bottle. So never immerse the blender motor in water nor wash it in running water. You may clean the electrical cord of the blender with a damp cloth. Just make it sure that the unit is unplugged. Never touch the cord with your wet hands to avoid electric shock. And do not forget to clean the countertop of the kitchen after using the blender. Then, if the blender is already dry, you can keep the blender in its safe box or in a dry place or even in our kitchen cabinet. So those are the steps that we can use or we need to remember in caring and maintaining our blender. We have the coffee maker. So as I have said a while ago, since this our equipment, we need first to unplug our coffee maker from the socket and let the coffee maker cool down before cleaning. We need to prepare a mixture of 1 tablespoon of vinegar with 2 tablespoons of water. So the ratio is 1:2, but it depends on the size of our coffee maker. We can pour the mixture in the reservoir of the coffee maker and turn it on. So you can allow the cycle to run for about 15 to 20 minutes like in the blender. If there are still some particles that you can see or stains, you can repeat the process or the cycle to wash away the vinegar or water solution out from the coffee maker, and then let the unit cool. So remember these parts of the coffee maker so that we are familiar with the process of cleaning this. And next, we need to dispose of the mixture. Wash and rinse the pot. So in cleaning the base of the coffee maker, we just need a damp cloth and a little amount of liquid soap. Do not immerse the motor in the water and do not use any abrasive materials in cleaning the coffee maker. You can wash the accessories and rinse them thoroughly. You can clean the surface area and return the coffee maker in its safe place. So those are the things that we need to remember in caring and maintaining our coffee maker. Don't forget the parts of the coffee maker here. We have the top cover. This is the filter housing. This is the carafe. This is the water tank. And in the filter housing, there is a filter basket. And we have the heating plate and the power button. And now let us proceed with our food processor. So always remember that we need to unplug first the unit before cleaning. Let us take all the removable pieces of the food processor apart and clean them with water. So let us carefully wash the blades because they are very sharp, and do not use abrasive materials in cleaning. After washing the removable parts, we need to dry all the pieces, then assemble them back together. So in cleaning the base, we just need to wipe down the base with a cloth and never submerge in water. Then clean the area and store the food processor back in its place. So those are the things we need to remember. First, unplug, take the removable pieces, and what is very important here is that we do not need to submerge the base of the food processor in water. So that's all for our food processor. Next, we have the electric can opener. Still, this is used for meal preparation. First, we have to disconnect the electric can opener from the socket before cleaning. Carefully wash the blades with warm water and let it dry. We need to lubricate the blade with oil as needed. So we can wipe the inside and the outside body of the can opener with a dampened cloth and liquid soap. We have to clean the area and store the can opener in a dry place. So this is very simple. We just need to be familiar with the parts of the electric can opener. We have here the blade, the bottle opener here at the bottom, and this is the body. So do not forget to unplug the electric can opener from the socket or from the convenience outlet before cleaning them. So another equipment that we need to maintain in our kitchen is the microwave oven. So the microwave oven have some parts here. You can see the chamber, the cooking chamber, the glass window, the timer, the cooking plate, the inside, and the temperature button. First thing we need to do is to unplug the oven from the power supply. Next, if we found out some foul odor and dirt from inside the oven, we need to prepare a mixture of half lemon in a bowl with 1 cup of water and heat on the oven for about 10 minutes under 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So this mixture will remove the dirt and the foul odor inside the oven. After 10 minutes, we have to remove the bowl from the oven and all the splattered grease and dirt using a sponge. Then, we can clean all the accessories as well as the glass door. Never use abrasive cleaners which might damage the surface of your oven. And lastly, you can wipe the outside of the oven with a dry cloth and clean the area. So those are the easy steps that we need to remember in cleaning the oven. And you can also refer to the manufacturer's manual or manufacturer's instruction in cleaning your oven at home. So after knowing the care and maintenance in the equipment used for meal preparation, we will start with the care and maintenance of equipment for cleaning, washing, and laundry. And the first one here is the bottle sterilizer. So the bottle sterilizer has the following parts. We have the basket rack, the accessory basket, the lid cover, and the base unit. First thing, since it is equipment, again, unplug first the unit. Allow it to cool down before cleaning. We need to remove the racks or the basket out of the sterilizer. Then put 1 cup of white vinegar or acetic acid into the sterilizer to remove the build-up of dirt. Clean the other parts with warm soapy water and never immerse the base, the cord, or the plug with water or any liquid. Then we can wash the outside body of the unit with cool water and a clean sponge. pour a regular amount of water in the sterilizer. Then we need to plug in the unit again and run the cycle for a few minutes. Let us say 5 minutes to remove the remaining mixture. Then, allow the unit to cool down and rinse the sterilizer with a cool water and the sponge. Return the racks, the basket inside the sterilizer. So, when the unit is completely cool, we need to place it back to the kitchen cabinet or to the box for its safety. So, those are the steps that we need to remember in caring and maintaining our bottle sterilizer. Another one here, we have a flat iron. So this is very familiar with you. If we have a steam iron at home, you can use self-clean function to remove the impurities at least once a month. Here are some parts of the iron first that we need to remember. We have the handle, the cord, the temperature control, the signal lamp, and the sole plate. Always make sure that the unit is unplugged and cooled down before any procedure has to be done. We need to check if the temperature scale is to a minimum and the water if it is at maximum level. So, choose a stable surface to process this procedure. We need to plug in the iron if we will be using again the self-steam or the self-clean function. We need to plug in the iron and set the self-steam control to self-clean. So, when the light indicator turns off, we need to unplug the iron. That means the self-steam control or the self-clean is already done. Next, we have to hold the unit horizontally over the sink. Shake the unit and release the water. For those non-coated sole plates, you can use baking soda or metal polish. And for non-sticky sole plates, we can use warm soapy water and a soft cloth. Always remember again not to use an abrasive material in order to avoid scratches on the iron plates. And those are the steps on how we can maintain and care for our flat iron. So another equipment for washing, cleaning, and laundry is the washing machine. Kaway-kaway sa mga merong washing machine sa bahay, especially this one, the automatic washing machine. Let us be familiar first with the parts of the automatic washing machine. One is this is the detergent dispenser. We have the door, the top lid here, the control panel, this is number 4, and the filter cup, number 5, and the adjustable height here at the bottom. First step, we have to wipe the outside part of the washing machine, the top, bottom, front, and back with a cloth and liquid cleaner. So when do we need to clean our washing machine? We can clean the inside of our washing machine once every month for maintenance. So we need to fill the washer tub with hot water and prepare 2 cups of lime for rust problems and 2 cups of vinegar solution for other problems naman. If both problems exist, do cycle one at a time. Say for example, you found out that there is a rust inside the tub. You need to do first or prepare first 2 cups of lime and mix with hot water. Then do the cycle. And if there is also a foul odor or bad smell inside our washing machine, after doing the first solution, we need to prepare 2 cups of vinegar and hot water again. Then, after our complete cycle, we need to rinse the tub with clean water to cast away the remaining. So remember, in cleaning this washing machine, it is plugged into the outlet so that the machine will work. If we need to mix or if we need to do this mixture, then we can clean the dispenser. This is removable, the detergent dispenser, and the hoses properly. And syempre, we need to dry the unit and place the lid back. So in order not to cause any accident for other members of our family, we need to mop the floor thoroughly to prevent possible slips and falls. But for the manual washing machine, we need to remember and read the manufacturer's instruction in cleaning them. And if we have a washing machine, we have a dryer here. First, we need to inspect the unit when, before, and after use. We have to clean the lint filter regularly to avoid drying problems. You can replace them as needed. We can wipe the outside of the dryer with a soft cloth. Never use abrasive ones. And a small amount of liquid detergent. You should check the door in the hose for a possible build-up of dirt. And do not overload your dryer more than its specified loading capacity. Then, we need to place the dryer in a dry place. And now we also have a vacuum cleaner. Let us be familiar first with the parts of the vacuum cleaner. First is the dust bin. Second, we have the handle. And this is the hose. And at the bottom here, we have the nozzle or the brush. Kaway-kaway sa mga merong vacuum cleaner sa bahay. First step, let us check the physical condition of the unit. We need to remove the water filter and the filter cloth. We can replace them as needed. Take away the ball of dust and dirt in the compartment. After doing that, you need to return to its place following the appropriate position. We can check or clean the bucket and pour out the dirty water. Wash all the accessories and parts that need to be cleaned, like the nozzle, the crevices, and the brush. And you can rinse them well. So when the parts are completely dry, you can reassemble our vacuum cleaner for the next use. So we need to clean the area and keep the vacuum cleaner on its safest place. So those are the basic steps on how we can care and maintain our vacuum cleaner. Okay, moving on to our next set of paraphernalia here that we will be using for taking vital signs. First is the thermometer. Kaway-kaway din ulit sa merong mga thermometer sa bahay. Very good. So this is very important. We need first to know the parts of our digital thermometer. What is shown on your screen is a digital thermometer. This is the battery cover, the on and off button, the LCD display wherein you can see the reading or the temperature of your body, and we have here the thermometer body and the probe. First step, we have to wipe the tip or the probe of thermometer with cotton and alcohol. So remember, in cleaning our thermometer, we just only need two things here. First is alcohol and cotton. Remember not to immerse the LCD with water. So if we are using a rectal type of thermometer, you can use paper towel and alcohol. We need first to remove or wipe away the lubricating jelly for rectal type. And after that, after sanitizing or cleaning our thermometer, you can keep it in a safety case or holder after use. This is the very simple steps in caring and maintaining our thermometer. Okay, so after cleaning our thermometer, we also have a stethoscope. So here are the parts of our stethoscope. First, we have here the ear tips, or this is sometimes called as earpieces. We have here the binaural, this one, and the binaural spring here. We also have the tubing, and this one is the bell, and we have the diaphragm. First step that we need to do is to disinfect the bell or the chest piece and other parts of stethoscope with cotton and 70% of isopropyl alcohol. Do not soak your stethoscope in water. Keep it away from extreme temperatures and harmful chemicals, as it may damage the parts. You can remove the parts like ear tips and diaphragm for thorough cleaning, but remember to get the pieces back in its place for safety. And after that, store the unit back to its holder, especially when not in use. So, we can discard all the used cotton balls, tissues, and paper towels properly to avoid recontamination. Remember, the important things we need here in caring and maintaining as well as cleaning our stethoscope is cotton and 70% isopropyl alcohol. Same as with the thermometer. And for our last paraphernalia for taking vital sign is we have the sphygmomanometer. One that is shown here on your screen is the BP manual sphygmomanometer. This is the blood pressure cuff. We have here the measurement scale. This is the blood pressure pump. And we have here the release valve or the pressure release valve. So if we are using aneroid type sphygmomanometer, these are the parts that we need to clean and sanitize. We need to clean the aneroid gauge, the valve screw, and the inflation bulb. We can clean them with a 70% isopropyl alcohol and antiseptic pad. So the built-in cuff can also be cleaned with an antiseptic or wash with some considerations. So if we want to laundry or we want to wash our blood pressure cuff here, before laundering, we need to remember that we have to remove the inflation bulb and the valve. Close the end of the tubing with tube accessory plug and close the tube port to avoid the water to get in the tube. So during our laundering process, we need to gently wash the cuff with warm water and detergent. So air dry is recommended here. And after drying our cuff, we need to reassemble the components and the parts. So after that, we need to keep the unit in its storage case. And remember, these are just the basics You can read the manufacturer's manual if you were not satisfied with this one. So that will be all for today. Thank you everyone for joining me in our discussion today. I hope you learned something a lot here in our week 3 and 4 module. So once again, I am Teacher John, and always remember that in TLE, matututo ka na, kikita ka pa. Thank you and goodbye.